Welcome to your deep dive. You ready to get well informed today?
Absolutely.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Today we're going to be looking at the unexpected side of nature.
Sounds fun.
Yeah. And, we're going to be jumping between planets and plants and entire ecosystems, so should be a fun ride.
Buckle up.
Exactly. So to kick things off, have you ever thought about what a day on Venus would be like?
Oh, man, it's mind-boggling. Venus is, often called Earth's twin because of the similar size.
Right.
But it has a day that's longer than its year.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
A day longer than a year?
Yeah.
How is that even possible?
So Venus rotates incredibly slowly. It takes 243 Earth days to spin just once.
Oh, wow.
But its orbit around the sun is quarter, only 225 Earth days.
So you're telling me that if I was on Venus and celebrating my birthday, I would age a year, but the sun wouldn't even have set yet?
Exactly. Like, can you imagine trying to schedule your week on Venus?
It'd be a long week.
It would be a long week, and this slow rotation has huge consequences, you know? It contributes to Venus's extreme temperatures, creating this runaway greenhouse effect that makes it the hottest planet in our solar system.
Oh, wow.
And it also means that there are no seasons on Venus like we experience on Earth.
So much for being Earth's twin.
Right.
This is crazy. It makes you think about how our concept of time is so tied to our own planet.
Yeah.
But out there, things can be totally different.
Absolutely. And this idea of different time scales is everywhere, even on Earth.
Okay.
Let's take the oak tree, for example. These majestic giants are known for their longevity.
Right.
But did you know that they're incredibly patient when it comes to producing acorns?
I have a feeling it takes them a while.
It does.
Okay.
Oak trees don't even start producing acorns until they're at least 50 years old.
50 years. That's longer than some people wait to have kids.
It really is. It's all about strategy. Oaks invest their early years in growing strong and establishing themselves. Once they've reached maturity, that's when they focus on reproduction.
So it's like they're saying, first we build a solid foundation, then we bring on the next generation.
Exactly.
It really puts our human impatience into perspective.
It does. Nature operates on such vast timescales.
Yeah.
The oak tree's slow and steady approach reminds us that sometimes the greatest strength lies in taking the long view.
That's a good point. Okay, so speaking of taking the long view, let's shift gears to something that's constantly moving: sunflowers.
Okay.
Have you ever seen a field of sunflowers with their heads turning throughout the day?
Yeah.
It's like they're watching the sun move across the sky.
It's called heliotropism, and it's not just a pretty sight, it's a brilliant survival strategy.
Okay, break it down for me. How do sunflowers actually follow the sun?
They do it through growth. The sunflower's stem elongates on the side that's shaded, causing the head to tilt towards the sun.
Okay.
By maximizing their exposure to sunlight, they can boost photosynthesis and grow more efficiently.
So it's like they're constantly adjusting their posture to soak up as much energy as possible.
Exactly.
Talk about efficient, but not all sunny places are what they seem.
That's true.
Right.
Let's head to a place that challenges our perception of sunny Antarctica.
Okay.
Now, you might think of it as this land of ice and penguins.
Right.
But would you believe that it's technically a desert?
Wait, a desert? But it's covered in ice?
It is, but that ice is mostly ancient snowfall that has accumulated over millennia.
Huh.
A desert is defined by its dryness, its lack of precipitation.
Okay.
And Antarctica, despite its icy appearance, receives less precipitation than even the Sahara Desert.
So it's not about how much water is there, but how much is falling from the sky.
Exactly.
That's a real mind bender.
It really highlights how appearances can be deceiving.
Yeah.
How we need to look beyond the surface to understand the true nature of a place.
That's true. And sometimes that deeper understanding reveals crucial connections.
Yeah.
Speaking of crucial connections, let's take a deep breath and appreciate the air we're breathing,
Okay.
because we have certain rainforests to thank for a big chunk of it.
The Amazon rainforest, often called the lungs of the planet,
Right.
plays a vital role in producing about 20% of the Earth's oxygen.
20%. That's 1 out of every 5 breaths we take.
It is.
Wow.
The Amazon's vast network of trees absorbs carbon dioxide and releases oxygen through photosynthesis.
Right.
But it's not just about the air we breathe, it's about the interconnectedness of ecosystems.
Okay, I'm sensing there's more to this story.
There is.
What else makes the Amazon so crucial?
The Amazon is a biodiversity hotspot home to countless species of plants and animals.
Wow.
It regulates global climate patterns, influences rainfall, and even helps prevent soil erosion.
Wow.
Its health directly impacts the health of our planet.
It's amazing how something so seemingly far away can have such a direct impact on our lives.
It really is.
Like this whole hidden web of connections we're just starting to understand.
Yeah, it really highlights how crucial it is to protect these ecosystems.
Yeah.
What happens in the Amazon doesn't stay in the Amazon. It has ripple effects across the globe.
Right. And speaking of interconnectedness, did you know that there's this whole secret world beneath our feet where trees are actually communicating with each other?
It's true. It's called the Wood Wide Web.
Okay.
And it's this fascinating network of fungi that connects trees underground.
Wait, so trees are sending each other messages through their roots? How does that even work?
Well, it's not like they're sending emails or anything,
Right.
but these fungal networks allow trees to transfer nutrients and water and even warning signals about pests or diseases.
So it's like a giant underground support system.
Yeah.
They're looking out for each other, sharing resources, and even warning each other about danger. That's incredible.
Exactly. It challenges our perception of trees as these solitary beings.
Yeah.
They're actually part of this complex, interconnected community, and it's not just trees that have developed incredible ways to communicate and survive.
Oh, I know you're going to say animal camouflage.
Yes.
It's like nature's own magic show, with creatures blending in so seamlessly they practically disappear.
Absolutely. Think of the chameleon, for example. Right. They can change their skin color to match their surroundings, making them practically invisible to both predators and prey.
I've always wondered how they do that. Just like they have a superpower.
It's a combination of specialized pigment cells called chromatophores
Good.
and the chameleon's ability to control their distribution within the skin. It's not just about changing color, though.
Well,
They can also create patterns and textures that perfectly mimic their environment.
so it's like they're wearing a custom-designed camouflage suit that's constantly adapting to their surroundings.
Precisely. And chameleons aren't the only masters of disguise. Think of the stick insect perfectly camouflaged to look like, well, a stick.
Right.
Or the octopus, which can change its skin texture to match rocks or coral.
Nature is full of these incredible examples of adaptation.
It is.
It makes you realize how diverse and ingenious life on Earth truly is.
And sometimes those adaptations allow life to thrive in places we wouldn't even consider possible.
Oh.
Let's talk about extremophiles. Those organisms that live in environments that would be deadly to most other life forms.
The extremophiles now, those are some seriously tough creatures. We're talking boiling high springs, freezing glaciers, even the toxic depths of the ocean.
They've pushed the boundaries of what we thought was possible for life to exist. They have unique adaptations that allow them to not only survive, but thrive in these extreme conditions.
Like those bacteria that live in hydrothermal vents where temperatures can reach hundreds of degrees Celsius.
Exactly.
They're basically swimming in boiling water.
Right. And then there are tardigrades, also known as water bears. These microscopic creatures can withstand extreme temperatures, radiation, even the vacuum of space.
It's like nature took the concept of resilience and cranked it up to 11. These extremophiles make you realize that life can find a way even in the most challenging environments.
It certainly expands our understanding of what it means to be alive
Yeah,
and raises fascinating questions about the potential for life beyond Earth.
that's so cool. Okay, so speaking of pushing boundaries, have you ever heard of the immortal jellyfish?
The immortal jellyfish.
Is that even possible?
Well, not in the traditional sense.
Right.
But this species of jellyfish, Turritopsis dohrnii, has the ability to revert back to its polyp stage after reaching sexual maturity.
So instead of dying, they basically hit the reset button on their life cycle and become young again.
Essentially, it's like Benjamin Button, but for jellyfish.
Wow.
This remarkable ability to regenerate has earned them the nickname the immortal jellyfish.
That's incredible. Nature is full of these mind-blowing adaptations that challenge our understanding of what's possible.
It is.
And speaking of incredible journeys, let's talk about animal migration.
Migration, the epic journeys that animals undertake across vast distances, is truly one of nature's most awe-inspiring spectacles every year. Countless animals, from birds to butterflies to whales, embark on these incredible migrations.
It's amazing how they navigate over such vast distances, often traveling thousands of miles to reach their breeding or feeding grounds.
It's not magic. Although it might seem that way, scientists believe that animals use a combination of cues to navigate, including the Earth's magnetic field, the stars, and even their sense of smell.
Oh, wow.
They're tapping into a whole suite of natural tools.
So they're like expert navigators using a combination of instinct and environmental cues to find their way. But why do they even bother? Why not just stay put?
Migration is often driven by the need to find food or suitable breeding grounds. It's a way for animals to access resources that may be scarce in their home range, ensuring the survival and continuation of their species.
So it's like they're following an ancient map passed down through generations that leads them to the resources they need to thrive. And some of these migrations are truly epic. Did you know that there are birds that migrate from the Arctic to the Antarctic every year?
The Arctic tern holds the record for the longest migration of any animal.
Wow.
They travel an average of 44,000 miles annually, flying from their breeding grounds in the Arctic to their feeding grounds in the Antarctic and back again.
That's like flying around the world twice. They must have some serious endurance.
It's a testament to their incredible resilience and their unwavering instinct to complete this incredible journey. It makes our human commutes seem rather insignificant in comparison.
Speaking of insignificant, let's take a moment to consider the vastness of the universe and our place within it.
From the tiniest organisms to the largest galaxies, nature constantly reminds us of how small we are in the grand scheme of things.
It's humbling, isn't it? Our planet is just a tiny speck in the vast expanse of space, and yet it's teeming with life, a testament to the incredible diversity and resilience of nature.
It makes you wonder what other secrets are out there in the universe waiting to be discovered. Speaking of secrets, let's dive into the mysterious world of bioluminescence.
Bioluminescence, now that's something that always captures the imagination, creatures that can create their own light like something out of a science fiction movie.
It's a remarkable phenomenon found in a variety of organisms, from fireflies to deep-sea creatures.
I've always been fascinated by fireflies. Those tiny blinking lights in the summer night is just magical.
Fireflies use bioluminescence to attract mates or prey. Their light is produced through a chemical reaction within their bodies.
And then there are those deep-sea creatures that use bioluminescence to communicate, attract prey, or even defend themselves in the pitch-black depths of the ocean.
Exactly. It's a fascinating adaptation that allows them to survive in one of the most extreme environments on Earth.
It's like nature's own lights show a dazzling display of colors and patterns that illuminate the darkness.
And it's a reminder that there's still so much we don't know about the natural world. We've explored so many fascinating aspects of nature today, but we've barely scratched the surface.
I know my brain is already overflowing with amazing nature facts, but there's always room for one more, right? Okay, so we've uncovered some pretty incredible adaptations, from trees talking underground to jellyfish hitting the reset button on their lives, but there's one more mind-boggling nature fact I just have to share.
Oh, I'm intrigued. Lay it on me.
You ready for this? There's a species of fungus that can control the minds of ants.
Ah, yes, the infamous Ophiocordyceps unilateralis, or as it's more dramatically known, the zombie ant fungus.
Zombie ant fungus. That sounds like something straight out of a horror movie. What's the story there?
So the fungus spores infect the ant, and then it gets really strange. They essentially hijack the ant's brain, controlling its behavior.
So the ant becomes a puppet for the fungus that's both fascinating and creepy.
The fungus compels the ant to climb to a specific location, usually high up on a plant. Then the ant clamps down with its mandibles and dies.
Wait, so the fungus makes the ant climb to its death? Why would it do that?
It's all part of the fungus's reproductive strategy. As you see, once the ant is dead, the fungus grows out of its head, releasing spores that can infect other ants.
The ant becomes a launching pad for the fungus's spores. Well, nature definitely has a dark side.
It does, but it's also a reminder of the incredible power of adaptation and the lengths organisms will go to for survival. And speaking of survival, as we wrap up our deep dive, it's worth reflecting on the incredible resilience of nature.
It really is remarkable. Throughout this episode, we've explored the weird, the wonderful, and the downright bizarre aspects of the natural world. But one thing that's become clear is that life finds a way.
Absolutely. Despite facing numerous challenges from climate change to habitat loss, life on Earth has persisted for billions of years.
It's a testament to the power of evolution, to the sheer diversity and adaptability of life forms on our planet.
And it's a reminder that we have a responsibility to protect this precious and fragile world.
So what can we do? How can we help ensure that these wonders of nature continue to thrive?
There are so many ways to make a difference: supporting conservation efforts, reducing our own environmental impact, educating ourselves and others about the importance of biodiversity.
Even small actions can have a ripple effect, right?
Exactly. Every step we take to protect nature is a step towards a healthier and more sustainable future for ourselves and for generations to come.
Well said. We've covered a lot of ground today, from wacky planetary rotations to trees that talk and jellyfish that defy aging. You mentioned wanting to be well-informed, and I think it's safe to say we've achieved that.
We've only scratched the surface, though. The natural world is full of endless wonders just waiting to be discovered.
So to our listener, keep exploring, keep asking questions, and never stop being amazed by the incredible planet we call home. Thanks for joining us on this deep dive.